Hi class, section 2-9 Algebra 2 absolute value functions. We want to know what an absolute value function looks like and how it might get moved. So let us go to our calculator screen here, and I'm going to y equals, you should all know that by now. Oh, I'm getting rid of that, that is so few days ago. To get my absolute value on this version of the calculator, I go to the math button right here. I go math, and I go over to num, and I see abs. So we're going to work on our abs. We could hit enter, or we could just hit the 1. On this version of the calculator, it comes up with an absolute value sign that looks like that. Some versions, it'll have the word abs in front of it. I go to zoom because I don't remember when I last zoomed 6. Zoom standard, z-bug, zoom in, zoom out, z-decimal, z-square, z-standard. And I go to z-standard, and voila, it looks like a V. And what happens here is, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. And absolute value says make it positive. So when you've got -1, it makes it +1. -2, +2, -3, +3, -4, +4. That's why that's what it looks like. So when we have y equals the absolute value of x, that looks like a V. So I'm going to type that in there right now. Looks like a V. Now, Mr. Malachi noticed this. He noticed that his neighbor kids did exactly what they were supposed to when they were outside. And outside they climb trees, they dig holes, and they bounce balls. And you will see this +5 is outside. So it's going to do what it's supposed to. It's going to go +5, and that means it's going to go up 5. And if we look at our calculator here, and I'm going to go, and I think I'm going to do both at the same time, and I'm going to go to the absolute value. So math over, let's work on our abs. Absolute value of x, and then outside it, it'll say +5. So that V should move up 5, and I can go straight to graph, and you will see the V has moved up 5 exactly. Perfect, so that's what happens right here. Nice. And so it'll be the V that is up 5. Cool. Now, Mr. Malachi noticed this. He noticed that his neighbors told him that their kids, when they were on the inside, did the exact opposite of what they were supposed to. Also, inside, they play ping pong. They do back and forth things. So right here, when it says -3, you would think, hey, that -3 means I'm going to the left 3, right there to -3. But it does the exact opposite. So I'm going to get rid of graph number 2 here. And I'm going to go to math. I'm going to work on my abs. And I've got x -3. This is inside the parentheses. Again, you would think, well, -3 should go to the left 3. It is inside. It does the opposite. And you will see that that graph has moved to the right 3. That red graph has gone to the right 3. So it does the opposite. Cool. So it goes right 3. I'm just going to talk about this next one. This next one is this. It is simply inside, it'll do the opposite. So instead of going +4 to the right 4, it'll go -4. Outside, it does what it's supposed to. That graph would look like a V. It would be back 4, and it would be down 7. This negative out front reflects in over x-axis. It reflects it over the x-axis. So let's go here. I'm going to clear that off. I'm going to clear this one off. And I'm going to go negative. Remember, we got down low the negative sign. Negative, math. Let's work on our abs. And what that is going to do is going to draw us reflected over the x-axis. And finally, name the function when this is reflected over the x-axis. And right here, folks, is the solution. This is the solution, and this is how you do it. You put a negative parentheses in front of everything. And you will notice on the bottom line, that negative sign does not sort of go into the absolute value. It simply goes, I don't know if I can draw this, but if you look right here, it just goes right in front. It goes negative in front. And then the negative carries all the way through to the -5. If you look at this, Hopefully that makes sense. Great, that is lesson 2.9, algebra.